Hello, and welcome to another World of Warships video. This time, I'm in the Albany on the Solomon Islands map, and I'm with a division mate. Don't shoot me, I love you. And yes, I know that is a weird screen name for World of Warships, but hey, I've seen stranger things. I'm in the American Tier 2 cruiser, the Albany, and Don't Shoot Me is in the Russian Tier 2 cruiser, the Diana. We're both in a pair of slow protected cruisers, and we spawned on the northern edge of our forces, I guess you'd say. So we're both headed north, and it's going to take a while. The top speed on the Albany is just over 20 knots. If you put a Sierra Mike flag on, you can get it up to just over 21 knots. The Paladin is, or the Diana, which is a Paladin class cruiser, is a little bit slower. It does about 19 knots, which means that Caledon up ahead of us is going to get to the action well before we do. Now, we're both in protected cruisers, both Don't Shoot Me and I. And a protected cruiser is, well, they're kind of where the light cruisers of the late 19th century and the early 20th century. Yeah, I'm checking with him about whether or not his headset's working. But basically what they were a cruiser with a curved steel deck that ran from one side of the ship to the other, from just below the waterline to just below the waterline on the other side. And that curved steel deck covered the machinery spaces and magazines of a protected cruiser, and gave it basically some protection against shells punching through and hitting very sensitive parts of the ship that don't react well to shell fire. And the basic idea was that it offered some protection, but it was less, it didn't weigh nearly as much. Oh, and we're almost into range, and in fact we are into range. And so we'll start shooting now. And Don't Shoot Me's got some hits in. I've got some hits in. That Strozovoy has popped up his smoke screen, and he's trying to hide, but yeah, that isn't going to really help him. There we go. He's in the smoke. We can see him. Shots out. Don't Shoot, I Love You just got first blood. And you'll note that I've turned, and my division mate are, have both kind of turned. And that's because we're kind of anticipating that there have been torpedoes in the water. If not from that Strozovoy, then there are going to be some from the next destroyer we run into. I'm taking shots on the Albany, the enemy Albany. Now the Albany's got 6 6-inch guns, and it can fire 4 to a broadside, and the guns are reasonably accurate and reasonably powerful, and that was a detonation. And here comes an enemy vampire. Ooh, our second customer of the day, or actually our third customer of the day. But what Don't Shoot and I are doing is we're just kind of working these guys over. I'm turning because, again, I'm expecting torpedoes because the vampire, and he's not shooting. And you'll note that battleship up there, he's not turning. And 1, 2, and 3. Not quite sure what that battleship was expecting. But, when you see a destroyer and he's not shooting at you and he's broadside on, it's a pretty safe assumption that there are torpedoes in the water. So, I've turned, Don't Shoot, angling in. We've got another cruiser angling in to support us, but we've lost our battleship up here, so we're kind of going to have to be a little more careful. I'm putting shots out on that St. Louis, but that St. Louis has decided that, all things considered, he really doesn't want to tangle with 3 cruisers and a destroyer. And so he's making Billy Big steps in the other direction, trying to get the hell out of Dodge. And he's almost, he's getting pretty close to my maximum gun range. My maximum gun range is 9.2 kilometers. And between the fact that I'm sailing in a wide arc, and barely coming in, and the fact that he's running as fast as he can, he's just hit my maximum gun range, and so I'm not going to be able to shoot. And my division mate, he's in, like I said, a Paladin class protected cruiser, and his guns have a bit more range than mine do, apparently. So he's still able to take some shots on that St. Louis. But we've reached a lull, kind of, in the action, I guess you could say. Right now, I'm not detected, but I'm not in range of anything, so all I can do is just kind of plod along at 20 knots, more or less, and hope that I can get into gun range. And, okay, let's see what's happening next. There we go. Okay, the St. Louis is down. Looks like the Caledon that's with us got him. Don't Shoot and I are kind of just warming up onto a line ahead, and we're going to go around the island, and there is an enemy South Carolina up there. Now, that South Carolina can hurt both of us. His guns are big enough that they can punch through the armor, the side armor of these ships that we're in, and that they can punch through the protective deck, the protective deck armor that we have. But that's okay, because right now he's kind of got other things he's paying attention to, and so we're just kind of popping shots off at him. We're popping shots off at him, trying to light him up, but we've got other issues too. We've got that V-25 coming up. That could be a problem, because it's extremely fast and it does have torpedoes. And nobody wants to take a torpedo that does 5,000-10,000 damage. But so we're popping. At least I'm popping shots. I think Don't Shoot Me's popping shots too. But and that V-25, he dodged everything that I think it's Dursky we had with us threw at him. But that's okay. That's all right. We're just kind of, we're doing what protected cruisers do, which is we use our numbers of guns that we have to hammer a target. And am I going to get this kill? I don't even remember if I get this kill. Not that one. My division mate missed. I mean, let's face it, V-25s are hard things to hit. And I did get that kill. Okay. So the Durski's, or not the Dursky, the V-25's down. However, there's at least a passable chance that he's fired torpedoes. So again, since I've been sailing on the same tack for a while, I'm going to turn. And I'm going to head down south a bit, and I'm going to put some shots on that South Carolina down there. All while hoping that, he can't really see me through that smoke, because I really don't want him, paying attention to me. I just want to kind of hit him, and I've got him on fire, and he's burning nicely. We'll see if I can get him on fire again. Nope. But he is burning nicely. I am, picking up damage from that. And every time I hit him with a broadside salvo, I'm inflicting about 1,000 to 2,000 damage. Well, most of the time when I don't get shatters. And I picked up that kill by virtue of the fact that he was still burning. Okay, on to the enemy Caledon. The Caledon's closing in, but he's showing me a nice broadside. And I probably should be switching to armor piercing because, well, he's not showing me a broadside now, so the HE is going to continue to be a more effective choice. But if he's going to show me a broadside, you know, an AP shell into his citadel would probably do more damage. He's still showing me a broadside. He's accelerating up from that turn. I think he's trying to get away from that destroyer that's down there. And I've got shots out. Yeah. And I'm having, as always, you know, issues with hitting the target, but that's okay. And, yeah. Hacking away at that Caledon. It's only a matter of time until somebody gets him. Hopefully it's me. I'm not sure, though, because I really don't remember. And there I've switched to AP, just as he's turning. And fortunately, just as he's turning, I got a hit. And that's kind of why I was periodically changing course with the destroyers when I was shooting at them. Because those torpedo hits hurt. Now I should have seen that coming. I mean, the Caledon, he really wasn't shooting at me. But there's the second spread of torps that he fired. Don't Shoot Me and well, somebody, I'm assuming it's Don't Shoot Me, have lit up this AFK South Carolina. We're both pumping shots into him at this point. I've got 4 kills, and I'm edging towards 40,000 damage. I mean, I'm over 35, so it's just going to be a question of who gets the kills and how much damage they inflict. But there's torpedoes heading in towards that South Carolina. It's burning. I just picked up the Confederate medal. And Don't Shoot, I Love You takes the kill. And now it's time to switch fire to this other South Carolina who has most of the remaining teammates shooting at him, and he's burning. And yeah, so no cracking for me, but that's okay. That's game in the Albany, and that's actually a really good game in the Albany, I think. Unfortunately, I don't have the after-action screen caps, so you get the lovely placeholder that says no after-action screen caps. But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this game, and you guys have a wonderful day.